Hey guys, so in the spirit of the videos that I have been posting in the last few weeks, I thought it would be fun for you guys to actually watch me memorize stuff, not just soft memorization, but like hardcore memorization, just so you can see how a sight-based musician does it. The more I think about this whole sight-based, ear-based thing, the more I realize that even the way I memorize things is actually very sight-based. It's based on me looking at the music. For those of you guys who are more ear-based, let me know in the comments below how you memorize things. Do you memorize things using recordings? I wonder about that because I can't do it. I think the closest that I can do in terms of like memorizing something from a recording is if I spend a long time replaying the recording for like very recognizable movie soundtrack or video game soundtrack tunes. I can't do it for like classical stuff that's like super complex. Anyway, here's how a sight-based musician memorizes things. Let me first give you the gist of what I'm going to do. By the way, yeah, I know I'm totally using my laptop as a music stand. Musicians either use things that should not be music stands as music stands, or they use music stands as not music stands. I have totally used my actual music stands as drying racks for my laundry. Back to this. So what I'm going to do is read each phrase 5 times with the intention of memorizing it. So some of this video might be a little bit silent, and then we're going to read and play with the intention of memorizing it 5 times. And then I'm going to look away and try to play it 5 times in a row, memorized. So there's going to be a lot of repetition in this video, just so you guys know. Whatever it is you're doing today, if you're doing laundry, cooking, whatever, just put me in the background. I can be your background noise. This is really just to, I guess, in a way to record my process of doing this, because I think that would be really interesting to share with you guys. Let's do this. I'm just going to warm up a bit, but then I'm going to jump right into this. Get my slightly oily hair out of the way. Okay, that's enough. Ooh, practicing like this, I have a lot more space doing this on my bed. The piece that we're going to memorize today is Andalouse by Emile Pessard. I chose this because this was the first solo that I ever took to any kind of performance type thing for the flute. So this is excluding auditions. I brought this to the Solo Ensemble Festival held by CMEA. It's based in the Bay Area in California. I was born there and I grew up there. I actually have a date on here, January 23rd, year 2000. I studied this piece apparently 18 years ago. You would think that I would have this memorized, but no, I don't. I was doing everything by sight back then too, which would actually explain why I was so freaking nervous. I was shaking. My vision actually blurred a little bit and I couldn't really read it, and so I hit some really weird notes here and there. And you would think that if I had practiced this a lot that it doesn't matter if my vision blurs. I should still be able to like hit the right notes, like I should know what it is. But no, 100% relying on sight. If my vision blurs, I have no idea what I'm playing. 18 years later, I finally sit down and actually get to know the music that I was supposed to play. In my head, I can hear it, but in terms of like the actual fingerings, I may not actually match the fingerings to the pitch that's in my head. Let's see if I even can sing out the correct pitch. See, I'm doing it in a completely different key. Great, so it's Okay, so now I have the right pitch in my head. I don't know if I will remember this. Now I'm going to read one phrase at a time. I'll put a link to the music in the bottom bar below so you can follow along. Let's see where the first phrase should end. Oh, it's like the first 4 lines completely. So maybe I'll do half a phrase. Take baby steps. so if we are in, yeah, we're in E minor. Okay. See, like, even that didn't quite occur to me in the very beginning when I was studying this as a kid. So we're in E minor, and essentially what we're doing in the first, like, bit of the phrase, we are outlining the tonic chord. So we're starting from the top and working our way down. So we go 5 up to the 1, but we do little decorations, and then we do thirds up to the top until we hit the 5th, and then we go jump up to the high tonic tone, and then we come down in a natural minor scale. What are we doing there? We're going to the dominant. Okay, that's my first time reading it. I'm going to read it a second time. Okay, I'm basically ending on the F sharp for now. It's like half a phrase. Third time. Okay, so fourth time. Okay, and then fifth time. Okay, so that's 5. Do you remember I told that story about that time I did memorize a whole piece? It was another French style piece. I remembered everything. I could read everything in my head except for that middle line, except for that one line, and then I just kind of had to make stuff up for that one line. Now that I think about it, also a very sight-based way of reciting, which is like literally reading notes inside of my head. So of course, if I blank on one line, it's just going to be completely out the window. I'm not actually sure if I used this method of memorizing for that piece. It was so long ago that I don't remember anymore. Okay, so now I have to read and play 5 times. Let me tell you, it is really difficult to read this and not go into my autopilot sight reading mode. Anyway, I'm gonna do this again. Okay, so third time. Fourth time. All right, fifth time. Well, getting nervous. All right, here we go. Doing this memorized now. Ooh, it feels really interesting. I can kind of read it in my head, but I am also sort of relying on what I figured out about like how we're outlining the different chords. I've never thought of it this way, ever. Three more times. I kind of know what comes up next, but I don't trust myself. Fourth time. All right, so muscle memory is starting to take over now, which is really nice. All right, one more time for good measure. Yeah, okay, so definitely muscle memory has taken over, and I know exactly, like, pitch-wise what I should be listening for, so good. Now we're gonna go to the next two lines, so it's the next half phrase. Here we go. They jump around a little bit. Basically, it goes from the 5, which is the B, D sharp, F, A. Oh, so it's like a dominant. Let me think. I'm not really sure how that chord fits in, but I guess there's multiple ways of thinking of it. Goes back to the tonic though. And then does the same thing. So now it's not moving to the dominant. Now it's just settling back into the tonic by going to the F sharp, which is the supertonic. Okay, da 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 da. Okay. So how does that work? So lots of ornaments. So ornamenting the E, also ornamenting the G. Okay, okay, and then the rest. Okay, so then now third time. I never thought of this way. Making myself memorize this just makes me see this in a wholly different way. Okay. But do you guys notice that I don't have a problem with the rhythm? To me, it's sort of a given, I guess you could say, like based on how I'm reading this. Rhythm is not an issue for me, but it's the pitches themselves. Like they don't actually get into my head until I actually like sit down and memorize it. Okay, now read and play 5 times. Alright, so. All right. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's see. Hey! All right. I definitely did not think of it this way when I was a kid. I don't even remember what it felt like as a kid. There's no muscle memory from before. Like, I'm literally building muscle memory right now, which is kind of sad if you think about it. So for a moment there, I almost forgot, but then I remembered myself saying that it goes to the second degree of the scale before going down to the tonic. And I was like, yeah, I remember now. I think I just need to do it one more time. Now, for fun, I'm going to see if I can do this whole phrase. Not bad. One mistake. One more time. I need to control my fingers more. I almost feel like without the help of looking at the page, I almost don't control the speed of my fingers as much. I pretend that I'm basically a karaoke machine. I see this invisible line going through the music, and that's what controls the speed of my fingers. That's interesting, not having that. A few more times. Better this time, but I almost skipped like a bar because my fingers wanted to go like a bar ahead. better. One last time. Never has felt better. That felt so lovely and natural, and I almost felt like I can kind of feel how Pessard is constructing this melody. It's very clearly just going up and down E minor. It's almost improvisatory now. I've already been filming for half an hour. Oh my gosh. Let's at the very least do half of this piece. Does that sound good? Okay, now we're at the Piyomoto. Let's see what happens here. So now we are outlining G major. So we've now gone to the relative major. Beep, beep, da, da, bum, ba, da. Am I even singing that correctly in my head? Dee. No. Dee, dee. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Dee, dee, da, da. Bum, ba, da, 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 da. Yeah, okay, close enough. Yeah, you see? I cannot hear the pitches in my head when I look at them on the page. Like, it's one of the things I've actually been like really ashamed of for a long time, until I recently figured out that that's just the way I read music, and there's nothing wrong with it if I just employ the right practicing techniques. I think that is the pitch I want. Yes, okay, so all right, so nice and bright. Okay. Interesting. So we do a little chromatic thing with that G sharp. So that is a C major for some reason. So we are going G subdominant. So the C would be the subdominant of G. So jump down an octave, jump down an octave, da, 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 da. So we go back down and we go melodic minor up. We jump down, it modulates back to E minor. We go back up with melodic minor. Da, 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 da. Ooh, I never realized that. Yeah, so modulates to E minor. Da, 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 dee, da, da. And then it does num, be, da, da, ba, be, da, da. So it goes back to the second half of the first phrase. Dum, be, da, da, ba, da, 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 dee, da. And it goes up to the top, and then there's a little pause for dramaticness, and then dee, da, dee, da, 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 be, da, da. So it does. It goes back to the first phrase. Oh, interesting. Be da 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 be da da be da 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 da. Okay, that's probably a little bit too much. Let's stop there. Yeah. So G, then dee 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 bum ba dee doo 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 doo. So outlines G, dee 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 C major. And then jumps down. Ba dee da dee da dee dee da da. Ba dee da 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 dee da da. Da 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 da. Dee da dee da 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 dee da da. Okay, so dee da 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 dee da da. All right, so now third time. Dum bum ba na 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 na. Da 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 dee da da, bum ba na 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 na, ba dee da dee da dee dee da da, ba dee da da dee da be da da, be da 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 da, me da 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 be da da. Okay, so fourth time, be da da, ba da 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 be da da, be da 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 dee da da, ba da 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 da. Okay, fifth time. Fifth time. Okay, read and play 5 times now. Cheeky. Cute. I like it. I never really realized how cute that was. Cool. Okay, third time. Alright, fourth time. Alright, fifth time. Alright. Let's see if I remember. I almost feel like I'm playing a whole different piece. It does make me question how many pieces I've actually learned in my life. There's only like a handful of pieces that I can play like a little bit of the beginning from memory. Basically now it's time for me to go back and memorize everything I've ever learned. Cool. Sorry about the crack and the mistakes there, but hey, okay. free that sometimes I get distracted. I'm not quite thinking about what's coming up next, but then sometimes muscle memory also takes over. It's a very disconcerting feeling to me for my muscle memory to take over because I'm not used to it. I need to do that one more time just to check how long that half note, the tied half note, should be. Yeah, so my gut was right. That's another thing I'm not used to because I'm so used to matching my groove with what I see on the page that, like, feeling the groove only by itself is a little bit, like, ooh, uncomfortable, but very freeing, which that part I like the feel of, so I need to get used to that. Let's keep going with the next half phrase. So, so it starts off the same as the second half. And then it deviates immediately. Okay. Basically, dominant going to the tonic. And then it goes. Let's see what's going on here. Goes up to. So, ooh, interesting. So sequence going up by one step. Again, another step. But then it goes up to the F natural. Ooh, very interesting. Okay. So jumps up to the A. Oh, F natural is an ornament to the E that's coming up next. And then the A after that is also an ornament to the G that comes next because most of this is still in E minor. And then the F sharp is also an ornament to the E. And then D sharp, D. So it does a 7. Is it half diminished 7? No, 7 fully diminished? Yeah. 7 diminished 7. D, which resolves D to the E. Oh, wow. I've never read it this way before. I just remember, like, forcefully making myself read this note by note without actually figuring out what it was. So, ooh, this is very interesting. B da da dee da dee da da dee da da dee da da dee da dee da da. Okay, so third time. Okay, fourth time. Okay, fifth time. G sharp. Okay. Okay, so 5 times reading and playing now. my muscle memory from when I was a kid did actually kick in there, because I do recall practicing this part over and over and over again. So I believe my teacher got me to play without my pinky, but I don't think I actually have to do that now. I should just leave my pinky on the whole time. All right. All right, fifth time. Cool. Okay. I did the retardando differently now that I'm not relying on exactly where the retardando is written. Ooh, that felt real different. A lot more improvisatory this way. I really like it. All right. Muscle memory took over there. That was really, really weird. Okay. Yeah, feels good. Okay, let's see if I could do like the whole last phrase, like from the Pyomoto, I think it was. Holy crap, that feels really good. Also feels nothing like what I played as a kid. Now, just to end this session off, because I've already been filming for way too long, I'm going to try to recite everything I memorized in this session. Here we go. mistake. That's not bad. And I like also could correct myself too, which is like a first. Essentially, I wanted to play the C natural like about a beat earlier. I think that's what I wanted to do. So I gotta make a mental note not to do that. See right there? Not bad. So that's me memorizing half of Emile Pessard's Andalouse. This next bit actually goes straight back into other stuff we've played before. So I think actually technically I've actually memorized like 3/4 of this, but I have to still learn and memorize all the transitions and stuff. Thank you for joining me in today's adventure. I do plan on memorizing the rest of this in front of you guys. I hope this was insightful in some way, maybe relaxing if you guys were doing something else and having me in the background. Either way, I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments below what you are practicing or what you are memorizing right now. If you want to catch me on my social media, they are listed down below. You can come hang out with me on Patreon about every other Friday. My last video is right here, which I will put a link to up here for you guys. But otherwise, I'll see you guys next week. Bye. If you hear that, that's John. Oops, I accidentally woke up my computer. Oh man, I love hearing John go nuts. I can't join my gaming buddies for games right now, which makes me a little sad. Too much work on my hands, but it's okay.